On the Sabbath day, what's important is the idea of Sabbath, of taking time to be peaceful and carry that into the rest of your week. So everything from enjoying the beauty around you to gratitude for the blessings that you do have. Yes, bringing out your concerns, putting them on God's table, and asking that you be blessed with what you need. Those are all important parts of this day of the week. In just a little space like this, I can not only enjoy those beautiful birds and a little sunshine, but I can also get a good stretch and just putting my palms together with very little pressure, but just enough that my elbows go out. It feels like the attention in my mind that's active checks in with the attention of my heart. And in my heart, I've helped myself find stillness by looking at the birds and the light and the trees growing and all of this, and by breathing slowly and deeply. Every breath I take just naturally gets longer, and by being deeper, it expands the spaces between my ribs and into my back, spreading my lungs into the shape of my ribs and stretching me from the inside. Muscles that a massage therapist would have to work hard to get, I can get with my own breath. And as I push my feet downward, extending my spine just by pushing my feet downward, I can reach up, and I just popped twice, lengthening my spine, not arching, crunching, lengthening, extending, jalando, por extender espina dorsal al derecho. And then as I come to bend, I'm not trying to get my head down. Rather, it's like I'm gesturing a bow or prayer, lifting my hips until finally there's the stretch right there. Then I can let my body round a little bit. Again, not curving. Here's the stretch. And then I just let gravity have my body. Let my head And I can hang all the way down because I do this a lot. But if it's hard for you to let your body hang all the way down, your waist collapse. So we were here and letting the waist collapse. If that's hard for you, be here and maybe reach out and grab the countertop or a bench and just lengthen your hips back and your head forward and get a good stretch. Wiggle your toes and soften. If you can let your head down and it stretches your shoulders, wonderful. Lift up the head and tailbone and then lower the head beneath the tailbone. Remember the 3 deep breaths. Stretch across as much as you can in a sense of kind of opening into the day. Sometimes we have this knowledge, this language that we don't talk about, but that we all recognize, like, yes, it's a beautiful morning. Yes, I love this. It's a dance. So just doing the same thing, that action, crossing the arms, pulling them across, opening up, is a gesture to your mind to open up into the light and the wind that may be here for you, and feel right here as you come down this known stretch of entire openness, this known position on the stage in a play or in song is a stretch that's wonderful. You can feel it right here, and it's opening here, opening the area around your heart and in your breathing. Taking your arms behind you, try to interlace your fingers. If you can, that's a good step. Now, I can go all the way to here, but that's not necessary, and it's really not as common as it seems if you're looking at yoga videos and yoga Instagrams. For some people, they're going to be out here. If you're out here, you want to get a scarf or something, because the goal is to stop pulling your arms toward. You have to pull your arms toward to get a hold. But as soon as you get a hold of something, notice the shoulders widen out. And I'm no longer, I pull, and then I no longer have to pull toward. And that's the goal, because now, actually, the bones in my arms are widening away from me, not in toward the crunching on my spine, but away from the crunching of my spine, uncrowding the trunk of my body so I can breathe. Relaxing my arms, everything is tingly in my hands, my wrists, and in my neck and my jaw. My chest feels open. My back has released a lot from the lengthening, and my hamstrings have been held. There's some tightness in the hips, and so if I step, let's see, just wider than my shoulders, and I turn this foot, heel in. So kind of like the girls waiting for kickball would be, like, you know, my turn, I'm waiting. Or if you had a baby on your hip, kind of like that. And so this knee is facing over here, but this knee is facing forward towards y'all. Well, if I just sit into that, drop my hand to my thigh, not reaching down, just drop it from where it is. And then try to lean that way until there's weight on this hand. There we go. Notice how this arm straightened. This line straightens. There is a stretch right here like crazy. Now I'm just going to push my hips toward you. Whoa, that's a deep stretch. And reach up, but not reach up lifting my body. Just reach up with my arm while my weight is still on this bottom arm. It's also hanging from this stretch, so all the weight is not on my bottom arm and leg. It's in the stretch, and that's what makes the stretch happen. And breathing. And I'm not holding myself up out of the discomfort, that there is tightness right here and right here. By not holding myself up, I'm letting that stretch, and I'm going deeper now. I'm sinking a little. So the goal in the stretch is to let that gravity work it for you. So I just turned this knee out and this knee forward. And I'm setting my hip out, like waiting for kickball, or putting a baby on my hip, setting my hip out. So that means the bone on the bottom of my fanny, about here, but in the back. There's another one that matches on the other side, but in the back, right? So, the ischium, those bones that you sit on in a hard church pew, they're facing that way. So then I'm going to drop this arm. And I'm going to try to be straight, but bend here, not there. Bend here where it stretches until I can kind of catch and make this a kickstand post. Now, don't lift your ribs. Just reach up. Pull the hips a little in front of you. So for me, toward the phone, toward the camera. Looking at my thumbnail, especially with my third eye, the one in my forehead that I can imagine, helps keep my neck nice and stable. And I'm letting gravity be where most of the weight is supported. Gravity is holding it. So now I'm sliding down a little bit because the muscles are giving way from their tension. And you can come up or you can come down to give into that stretch and then come up. One last thing is that we don't bend backwards a lot. Well, I like to use the kitchen counter or a couch back, and that's not here. But there's a lot of beautiful stuff here. So what I'm gonna do is show you, there's this little ledge behind me. Because when we arch our back, we're not trying to do this and compress. Arching your back is actually supported here and lengthening, kind of like a mesquite branch lengthens. It reaches long. It's just that gravity happens to get hold of it. So I'm going to lean against that, and I'm going to lengthen up and out. I'm totally supported by what's beneath me. I'm not in any danger of falling. I'm not crunching and compacting the spine, rather extending it in support. So try to work on some bending backward. It might mean, like I said, the kitchen counter, or they have sharp edges, so the back of the couch, or, a higher ledge. You can put your hands against the wall, but a lot of people are so inflexible that that's a really hard way to start. You put your hands against the wall like this, and then just walk forward until you're reaching. But I know that that's a lot easier for me, and I'm tight because I haven't been getting my workout. But it's a lot easier for me than it is for many of you who've never ever done yoga or stretched backwards. Some would look at it as unnatural because that's how long it's been since they've done that. I did have someone say to me once, but your arms can't go straight back, because theirs only went like here. They were lying down and their arms would go to there. And I would try to help them lengthen them out. They're like, no, your arms don't do that naturally. Anatomically, yeah, they do. They go straight back. They also go beyond straight back. So just saying, we lose touch with what we're actually capable of in our bodies. So breathe and have a wonderful day. And I will see you again soon doing Facebook Live videos with yoga. We did some meditative talk, but not really meditation, but we'll do that too. And some additional practices that I've found out, simple things like a lot of people feel like, wow, there's something stuck in my throat. And then it's an hour later, they have a cough. And then they go to bed and then they wake up very sick. So it's a good idea to drink something hot, or at least very warm, they say. And the acidity of, say, a lemon would be helpful, because it'll wash that down from the throat into the abdomen, and abdominal juices, stomach juices is what I'm trying to say, stomach acid, will destroy the virus before it can get to the lungs, because that's where it's looking to go, is to the lungs. And so drinking something hot frequently, like every 20 minutes or so, especially if you feel like you're at risk right now, would be a really good idea. Now that can be as easy as tea or water with lemon, and you only make a little teacup of it. If you were to drink that every half an hour, that would be like actually normal hydration, which we don't often do. And staying hydrated is another big point. Other than that, wash your hands, guys, and let's be good to each other. And let's especially use this as practice for the good treatment we should be doing to ourselves all the time, like drinking a warm glass of lemon water or tea, and taking a pause at least once an hour to breathe and stretch. Your lymph doesn't have a heart or a pump. It's pumped by movement and stretch, otherwise only by gravity. So lymph is what processes things through our body's filters. So to move lymph, we need to move and stretch and exercise. So that's an important part of our daily lives. Let's do it. Let's share it. Please check out Dina Sabnani. She is doing some fabulous things with a dance party live on Facebook, and what fun. I had a great time watching her. I'm going to try to get on a Zoom app that lets us see each other while we're dancing, and there were several of us dancing last night, but I wasn't on Zoom. See you there. Bye-bye.